It's so funny, whenever Eric or I takes a shower, Luna just hangs out right here. And look, she even brought me a t-shirt. Thanks, Luna. You are just so cute. I have a 3-day trip today with a long layover in Seattle, but for today's video, I also had what I think is a fun idea. So a while ago, I posted on Instagram and here on YouTube in my community page for you guys to ask me this or that questions. An example would be chocolate or vanilla. And I had originally meant for that concept to be an entire sit-down Q&A type of video, but I don't know what happened. I just never actually got around to filming that. So I was thinking that throughout today's video, I could incorporate the this or that question just with what I'm doing. So let's do one now. The first one is daytime flights or night flights. Okay, now a theme you guys are gonna notice is that it's really hard for me to choose one or the other thing. So I have different reasonings for both. Overall, I'm gonna pick daytime flights, but it really does depend, because if I'm starting the trip like today, I prefer nighttime flights where I have my morning to relax and chill, work out, hang out with Eric and Luna, and then get ready for work. I don't really like having to just wake up early and immediately get ready to go fly. That's just a personal preference though. But then if I'm going home, I really prefer morning flights because I don't like getting back to the Philadelphia airport late at night and then having to drive an hour home. I would very much prefer to get back earlier in the day, hopefully beat traffic, and that way once I'm home, I don't feel as exhausted. Going into this trip, I have a few different goals I want to accomplish, many of which have to do with editing content in my hotel room, just actually sitting down, buckling down, and getting things done because I am pretty far behind. I am starting a new goal and I need you guys to help me stay accountable with this one. I have the goal to practice French 5 times per week.
Non.
No.
Oui.
Oui.
Merci.
Merci. Now you guys, I am starting from 0 with learning French. I have never taken a single French lesson before. I didn't study it in school or anything like that. The reason why I want to learn French is because Eric is half Swiss and he speaks the language. I also do have the goal to say some of my vows in French when we do get married. So I figured now is the perfect time to start learning with Babbel.
Je.
Tu. Il. Elle. Je. Tu. Il. Elle. Few reasons why I am really excited to be using Babbel specifically is because they have been working for over 20 years to really refine their program to help you start speaking the language in as little as 3 weeks. The lessons prepare you to have practical conversations by taking on the role of a personal language coach. A few other highlights is Babbel does offer a 14-day money-back guarantee, and what is so cool too is they have group plans. An example of this is you can have one subscription that has up to 6 unique logins with access to all of the languages offered. If you are interested in learning a new language or brushing up on one that you already know, I highly recommend that you check out Babbel. I have a link in my video description box below. You can use my code JettingJulia for 20% off. There's also a QR code on screen that you can scan. Thank you so much to Babbel for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I also have my notebook right here where I've been writing everything down for extra practice. I'm gonna practice for a little bit longer and then it is time for me to go get my uniform on and get ready for work.
No one thought we could ever make it. Didn't know time could move so fast. 10 years later and I'm still your baby. Hold tight.
Luna is such a little guard dog. She loves to sit on her bed and stare out the window and bark at the people that come by. But you are adorable. I just got to the employee parking lot. I'm obviously getting ready to head inside to go to work. But one of the this or that questions that I got that I think is really interesting right now, because I just finished the audiobook for The Testaments, was audiobooks or physical books. And I have to say that I love both. You guys are gonna notice with a lot of these questions that I don't have a definitive this one or this one. I like a lot of different things equally, and I like a lot of different things for different reasons. So I love a physical book, obviously. I love the feeling of holding a physical book, consuming the words with my eyes, and then imagining everything in my head. There is just something so magical about reading. On the other side, I do really love audiobooks too, and I consider audiobooks a form of reading. I know that's a really big debate, is audiobook reading or is it not? I think it is, okay? I definitely count it as reading. And there are certain books where I just don't think I would have appreciated appreciated the story as much reading it like a normal book as opposed to an audiobook. For example, The Testaments. This audiobook was incredible because it was a TV tie-in, and the audiobook used some of the actors from the TV show as the voice actors in the audiobook, which made it so incredible and immersive. I also have the print copy at home, so I did a little bit of both. I listened to the audiobook and I also read some of the paperback. I also love graphic audiobooks. Those are audiobooks that have sound effects, music, multiple different voice actors. So cool and definitely enhance the reading experience. Now, a very quick review of The Testaments. I loved the TV show, so I really wanted to dive into the book to see how the story ends. I also loved The Handmaid's Tale, and this is a spin-off where you're following the daughter of one of the main characters from The Handmaid's Tale. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I definitely felt like this book wasn't quite as brutal as The Handmaid's Tale, but it was equally as like thought-provoking, shocking, and just one of those stories that is really gonna stick with me. Anyway, I need to grab all of my stuff and go to work. Good evening, everyone. That was such a long flight. I'm in my hotel room now. It is 10:59 p.m., which is almost 1 a.m. Philadelphia time. Our flight was really long tonight. It was almost 6 hours, and it was really long because when we pushed back from the gate, we ended up having to sit out on the tarmac for, I think it was only like 20 or 30 minutes, but still, I mean, that adds to the flight time. We had to stop because of weather, and our specific route from Philadelphia to Seattle was closed down, so our pilots had to work with air traffic control to get us a new route, and then once they were able to do that, we took off, but we did have to fly around some storms and whatnot, which ultimately just like made the flight take longer than usual. But we got here safe and sound, and of course that's all that matters. I have a very nice hotel room to relax in for this trip, and then I have a really nice bathroom in here. That shower looks awesome, and then we have a nice big mirror right here and lots of counter space, which is my favorite. Well, I am looking at this bed and I'm about to get ready to go to sleep. One of the this or that questions I got was, would I rather have a hotel room that has 2 queen size beds or 1 king size bed? Now, I personally would rather have a hotel room with 2 queen beds because I do feel like the rooms are typically a little bigger when there are 2 queen size beds than the 1 king. I also like to have 1 bed for like, I don't know, when I'm eating or when I'm like getting work done and whatnot, and then the other bed is just strictly for sleeping. However, that is my opinion only when I am by myself on a flight attendant trip. If Eric and I are on a vacation together, for example, then I would definitely prefer a king size bed since obviously we both would be sleeping in it. Really, either option is always fine, but if I have a preference, I guess those are like the circumstances and the different bed sizes that I would choose. Anyway, I'm tired. I might not be making any sense at all, so I'm gonna get ready for bed.
But I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me. Of our love, she gon' love you like summer 15. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing. But I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me. Of our love, she gon' love you like summer 15.
Good morning, everyone. It is currently 10:19 a.m. I slept in, I went and got a workout in, I just took a shower, and now I'm feeling ready to lock in and get some editing done on my laptop. So I originally had wanted my content, like all of my content from the Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone to be live by now, and I am literally just now starting to edit. So yeah, I am definitely very behind, but I have just been a little burnt out, not with filming, but with editing. And with these videos in particular, the destination was just so incredible. I took so much footage that I know the vlogs, I just want them to be epic. And I just want to like really pour my heart and my soul into these videos. Not that I don't with every video, but like for these ones specifically, I just know off the top of my head that they're gonna require a lot more of like detailed editing and voiceover and like telling the story of where we are and all of the information about the national parks and everything. So like I just know going into it that it's going to require more than, for example, like this vlog, like my normal just flight attendant content. And then also I was telling myself, I don't have to put pressure on myself to edit these videos by a certain date. Like these videos in particular don't have a deadline. And if I have a certain vision for them, then I just want to take my time editing them and just making them exactly how I want them to be. And if that takes me a month, then that takes me a month. The videos will go live eventually. I have the footage. They're just not ready yet. And who knows, maybe the video will be done after this one and I'll be able to get everything done that I need to. Yeah, I've just been struggling, I guess, to edit these because I was so tired when we got back from the trip. It was incredible, but it was 4 straight days of just like from sunup till sundown, Alicia and I hiking, walking, seeing the sights, driving, being in the sun. Like it was just the most amazing and epic, but also exhausting trip. So I just feel like I'm like still recovering from it. Okay, but before I get into editing, let's answer some more this or that questions. Chocolate or vanilla? I'm gonna go with vanilla because even though I love chocolate, if something is too rich or like too chocolatey, then it's just a bit too much sweetness for me. But I have always loved the like flavor of vanilla. I've always loved the scent of vanilla. Okay, this one is super interesting. If I had become a journalist, would I want to report from the field or from the studio? I think I would have wanted to have been a reporter from the field because I like to be out and about, getting the story, doing things. And it's kind of funny that I'm saying that because I'm like sitting in my hotel room right now, like doing nothing. But I think like if that was my job as a journalist, I would want to be out on the field reporting. Cold or hot weather? I'm gonna go with hot weather. I grew up in Las Vegas. I have always loved summer, although I am really starting to appreciate fall and winter as I get older. I definitely have more of an appreciation for those seasons, but I'm just still always a summer girl with warm weather. Flying or driving? Absolutely flying. I am not a huge fan of road trips. I'll do them, obviously. Like I just did the road trip with my sister and we had an amazing time, but I just overall, like I prefer flying. 3-day trips or 4-day trips? 3-day trips if I'm working, 4-day trips if it's a personal trip. Because it's like you have the one day where you fly in and then you have 2 full days at the destination you're at to explore, and then usually the last day you fly home. So if I'm on vacation, definitely 4+ days, but if it's a work trip as a flight attendant, absolutely 3 days. Because by day 4, oh my goodness, I am just so ready to go home. Resort or Airbnb? This depends on the type of trip. If it is like a beach vacation, just Eric and I, definitely a resort. But if it's like a family trip where we need multiple rooms and we have like my parents and my sister or like a bunch of people, definitely an Airbnb because you could have like a house with multiple rooms. Okay, I have a question for you guys. So while I was editing the Grand Teton vlog, when I got to the end of this section before going into the Yellowstone content, it was only going to be about like 12 to 15 minutes long, and I just wanted these videos to be a little bit longer. So I was thinking of combining this and making it Grand Teton and Yellowstone all into one. Originally, I was thinking it would be 2 vlogs, but I'm thinking of just making it one big one now. My question is, do you guys prefer like shorter vlogs, like 10 to 15 minutes long, or like one longer video that is maybe like 20 to 30-ish plus minutes long? Good evening, everyone. I'm going to just quickly put a little bit of makeup on so I can feel somewhat put together. Going into work tonight, I honestly hardly slept at all. I laid there and I tried to fall asleep and I closed my eyes for a few hours and did my best to try to get rest, but just sleep evaded me. But also I was getting really frustrated, and I'm sorry to complain, but I guess this is just a flight attendant problem every once in a while. The person who's in the room across from me or next to me, for whatever reason, they started going in and out of their room like every 5 to 10 minutes, and the door was really loud. So sorry to complain and sound like a brat, but I literally couldn't stay asleep because the door just kept opening and closing, and it was like every 5 or 10 minutes. Like they just had people coming in and out for like at least an hour. It felt like just so many people going in and out of the room. Once that was done, I heard housekeeping knocking on the doors around me, asking, you know, if anybody was there and if they needed anything. They did not knock on my door, but then I heard them vacuuming outside of my room. Anyway, I tried to sleep, but yeah, I did not really get a very good rest. But that's okay. I can power through. I did get some rest. I just didn't fall into like a deep sleep. And I will power through. We just have the one flight tonight, and we are going from Seattle back home to Philadelphia, and that will be the end of this 3-day trip. I'm sorry, I did not do literally anything interesting at all on this layover. I really needed today to just kind of catch up on some work things on my laptop, as well as just rest and relax. I'm trying to balance my layovers out. Like, okay, one is going to be like really adventurous, and then if I have a layover like this, somewhere that I've been multiple times before, then kind of just rest and relax, which is probably good because I don't need to be going out and about and spending a lot of money right now anyway. Okay, I am ready for work now. Like I said, we just have the one flight tonight, and we are going from Seattle back home to Philadelphia, and then that will be the end of this 3-day trip. I have not eaten dinner, so I hope I can find something good at the airport to eat and some coffee. I'm definitely gonna need coffee tonight. Thank goodness that flight going home was much quicker than our flight going. Our flying time was about 4.5 hours, and our pilots were able to have us land about half an hour early. So that is fantastic. It's currently 6:21 a.m. Sun is rising, and I'm already done with my workday for this Sunday. So now I'm just waiting for the employee bus to come pick me up, take me to my car, and then I can be on my way home. Luna, what are you doing? You are so funny. What are you doing, silly goose? Just rolling around next to your ball?